Alright, so welcome to the part 50. Wait, not 50. 53, sorry. Okay, so last video for today, and I'm be uploading video tomorrow. The part 54 will be coming out tomorrow, so yeah. The podcast note taking sheet. Pardon me. This was made by podcast note for Mr. Spencer, TED Talks, Daily Audio, The Great Migration, and The Power of a Single Decision. It can be made about U.S. history too. Background knowledge. Before listening to the podcast, write anything you already know about this topic. Main points of the podcast. Record key points and details you learned through the podcast. 1, 2, 3, and 4 terms that you can write. Old vocabs. Write down any vocab terms previous chapter that you recognize. New vocab. Write down any new vocab terms that you heard in the podcast that you didn't know. Questions you have. Write any questions you still have about this topic or any areas that you really interest you after listening to the podcast. That's about it. This can be made for English class or like a U.S. history class. All those stuff, man. All this, man. All right, let's go to the story. Let's finish this. All right. So this is Riley Batman or Riley Bateman. I almost said Batman, but this is Riley Bateman that made how many slides? Oh, 4. Okay. English 9 accelerated by September 6, 2018. Summer bod. Summer body, winter body, my body, many girls, including myself, have or have dad body or have body image issues. They see all of this beautiful, skinny models and think of themselves, why do I not look like that? I used to be one of those girls. Now I have gained the self appreciation I always needed. I believe everyone should feel confident about themselves, and they should not think that there are certain standards that they have to me to be beautiful. First of all, I did not start off that. I was actually a tiny baby because I barely weighed 5 pounds. Overall, I was a pretty active kid growing up. I played outside all the time, played softball, and did a lot of swimming. I tried playing soccer, but I decided it was too much running. Also, people thought it was a good idea to keep feeding me. Probably it's because it was the only way to shut me up. It's probably not the best idea to excessively feed someone who's actively against running. In addition, pre-elementary school was a time for me. My parents decided to be separated when I was 4. It was a nasty divorce. It was a nasty divorce for multiple reasons. Multiple reasons. And my father was just a bad person in general before. Therefore, I was not the best at my expressing my feelings in a productive way. This usually happened in 2 different ways. The one is played out just eating my feelings. However, also showed how I felt with sudden bursts of anger. And this was later called imminent explosive disorder, IED, by my therapist. So it was a great time all around. Then elementary school started, and that was an amazing experience for me. Now next, the following 6 years in my life, it had an impact on how I felt about myself in kindergarten through 5th grade. I was a chunky kid, and I will happily admit to that fact. You are not fat, you are just some solid with some baby fat. My aunt said to me that I told her my opinions on my past self. And I always reply, I don't think you can have baby fat from ages 5 through 10 because kids are mean. I did not have that many friends because of my size. In fact, I only had one best friend until 4th grade, Elaine Sanders, and I became best friends when we were 4 years old because of my nana, who I was living with at the time. Started babysitting her. We are still best friends today. However, she moved to a different school in 4th grade, so I had to make new friends. That was hard. I became friends with some people, and they were my best friends until 7th grade. Also, I had some friends outside of school because I played with some same softball team for 6 years. Fortunately, they did not go to the same school as me, so that was not helpful at all. In addition, my lack of friends was not the only body issue that I was facing at the time. My younger sister Claire is probably one of the fittest people you will ever meet. She is only 11 months younger than me, so she likes to show up more than your average younger sister. Therefore, she excelled in any sport or anything sport related to make sure that I knew it because of her athletic build. I started to get jealous and feel more insecure about myself. Then I started to make my insecurities out on her, and that led to a bad relationship between us. Now she has a 2 pack of abs, and I have a 2 pack of flab. Even though we are different, she's probably my number one supporter, and our relationship is better than ever. If I ask her for her opinion on how I look, she will always say, "You look great. Why do you worry about others will think about you?" Next, I started growing boobs. I'm in 4th grade. Now, let me remind you that most girls are not a B cup in grades 4 and 5. Having boobs at such a young age was hard, because the only one who had them, it was hard for me to feel confident. However, my mom was a lot of help because she could relate. Next, I started to develop a higher self esteem, so my boobs were no longer that big of a deal. However, the only issue that I have is exercising because I have to wear 2 sport bras. That might be why I do not run, even though ages 5 through 10 were rough. They helped me make a person I am today. In addition, everyone has a glow up at some point in their lives. For example, Sebastian Stan had a glow up between CATWS and CACW because they had to make a new arm since his muscles are too big. Pardon me. My glow up was not purely physically based, but it was also emotionally based because I was starting to get taller. I was gradually getting skinnier. I remember one day when I was going up to Indy and see my mom's friends very well. I was getting out of the car when she said, "Riley, it looks like you have lost so much weight. You look so good." Sorry. Those kind words made my day because convenience because of a confidence boost. I started wearing clothes that fit me better at school. It felt like people were treating me better. Also, I started to have more friends. Therefore, I was an all around happier person. Next, going to middle school, I was feeling pretty great about myself. On the first day, I wore a floral crop topish shirt and high waisted skinny jeans and sandals. I was looking great. Also, that day, I met 2 of my best friends, Kylie Sedger and Michaela Brown. I was for period facts when I met both of them. When I saw Michaela, is that how you say it? I instantly knew I needed to be friends with her. This is because she was wearing a Supernational t-shirt. On a shirt, there was a picture of a castle. That says I don't understand that reference. After that day, we became friends. Also, I started to become friends with Kylie because we had mutual friends in that class. Brayden Spalding, Kylie, and I are basically the same person. Her mom calls us the twins she had never had. I only mention these people because they made me more confident in myself. Also, they never cared about what I looked like. They always support me. We call ourselves the trio, and we are still the best friends today, even though Kylie attends an online school. Michaela and I have no classes together. Therefore, and I am eternally grateful for the lovely friends I have. Pardon. In the body images lessons that they have taught me, in conclusion, a glow up happens to everyone, and it can reflect how you act, and how you look. In conclusion, there is no such thing as a perfect body. No one should be able to say that you have to look a certain way, or you will fail in life. I used to worry about my appearance, and I was upset that I did not look like everyone else. Also, I have learned that will never look like Kendall Jenner or Haddad's sister. That is perfectly okay. In addition, confidence radiates more than how you look at the outside. Finally, everyone has an amazing body, and it does not matter if you have abs or flab. If you can feel good about yourself without tearing others down, then you are doing great by my standards. Therefore, hope that everyone can look at themselves in the mirror and say, I accept myself, love myself, and think highly of myself. I am a beautiful person on the inside and on the inside and the outside. I do not need anyone's confirmation of that. Riley, your story was great. Riley, your story was tremendous or tremendous. All right, so I'm gonna read the video questions, the history of the Earth. Just to remind you that this is gonna be a long video. There's a lot of 60 questions. I'm gonna. How long ago did this story start? What force pulls the dust into tiny rocks and eventually a planet? What young Mars-sized planet, protoplanet, collided with Earth? What object formed for this collision? How long is a day at this point in Earth's history? How long did debris left over of our solar system formation bombard Earth? What were the crystals in the debris carrying? How did the islands form? What else are these new meteorites carrying? What is the earliest life on Earth? What is the name of columns of bacterial colonies during photosynthesis? What is a byproduct that is released? You guys can, if you guys can answer some questions, but not all of them, because that's gonna make you tired. What does this form that floats to the bottom of the ocean floor? What mysterious force is moving in the surface of a planet around? What is the name of the first supercontinent? What happens because there's not enough carbon dioxide in the atmosphere to trap heat? What is the name of the period? Pardon me. How thick is the ice sheet that covers the planet? What happened to warm the L? What happened to warm the Earth? How long is the day now? What kind of life is in the ocean now? What do they call this period? What is special about the Pacia, the inch-and-a-half long creature? What continent formed next? What is keeping life from forming on the surface? What new gas is forming in the upper atmosphere? What new species is in the water 375 million years ago? What does it use fence for? What new way spreading for species did plants develop? How big is a dragonfly for its time? How big is a scorpion? Why are they able to grow so large? What evolutionary breakthrough allows animals to leave the water behind? What is each lump of coal burned today made from? What kind of giant creatures are now roaming the land? What is the name of the flood eruption that is happening? What is the name of the greatest mass extinction? What kind of acid falls in the rain? Why does the ocean water turn pink? What gas escapes from the ocean floor? How big is a continuing eruption that has been growing for 500,000 years? What percentage of the species are gone? What supercontinent existed 20 to 100 million years ago? What new species emerges? What new ocean forms 190 million years ago? What do the dead fish and plankton become? What new ocean formed when the United States separated from Africa? How much more powerful is a Phyllosaurus jaw than that of a great white shark? How fast is the asteroid traveling towards Earth? What mountain is the asteroid bigger than? What happens to the asteroid? How hot does the Earth's surface become? What species fills in for the dinosaurs? What is the name of a fossilized creature from 47 million years ago? What mountains form when the Indian and Asian plates collide? How much of the world's population gets water from the Himalayas? What do they think may have caused humans to walk on 2 feet? What started to cover Europe 40,000 years ago? When sea levels fall, what opens between Siberia and Alaska? When does it allow humans to go? How many billions of years did the film cover? Trust me, guys, I took some days off to work on this because it was so much work. and there's like a test, even as some kind of worksheet that you have to get through. It's really, really hard. I hate e-learning so much. I cannot wait to go back in person again. People are always like everybody, like A for K can come again. There, you can actually work with A for K students. It happens to my school, which is I cannot wait. I'm gonna read students' expectations for e-learning. Students must check CNHS It's Learning homepage every day. Students must check BCSC email every day. Students should be logged in to It's Learning from 7:45 to 3:15. Students may work on classes flexibly during the school day. A classes on A days, B classes on B days. All dual credit on some C4 classes will be required to log in virtually during the assigned class period. Teachers and counselors and deans will be available to help students from 7:45 to 3:15. Responses to your questions will only be provided during the school hours. Some C4 classes may require in-person instruction for credit. A list of those classes will be available on the C4 website. The students' C4 transportation information will be posted on the C4 website for those classes that require in-person instruction. The do not harm state mandate regarding grades will not be affected at this time. Students are expected to be engaged with schoolwork during the school hours 7:45 to 3:15. Correct BCSC curricular activities will be continued as planned. Communicate with your coach, sponsor for your specific details. Limited contact off-season training will not be allowed. Limited hotspots are available through the BCSC e-learning technology hotline, and students without Wi-Fi may come into school during school hours to work 7:45 to 3:15. Like I said, just like, um, let me know if you want me to repeat this. You probably don't, or some of you guys do, but you guys can uh, actually pause if you want to. To all, this is another challenge that will be served to straighten you if you let it. Developing the habits of mind is persisting, thinking flexibly, taking responsible risks, and remaining open to continuous learning that will make you a better person. Do not allow other less meaningful activities get in the way of doing your best. Do not allow the temptations of taking it easy, procrastinating, getting in the way of you providing yourself that you will be successful, despite the challenges that you will face. Mr. Clark, the principal. All right, so I'm gonna be doing like two assignments. I think it started recording. I think it's like 20 minutes or not. I'm not really sure, but uh, exploration questions. I like those questions. They really relax me. Exploration questions. Chemical and physical weathering. Please include this cover sheet at the top of your prompt set. No Spanish, that's okay. On a separate sheet of paper, answer all the following questions, write short answers, create lists or tables, or draw diagrams to complete the questions in the best way possible for yourself. Pardon me. What is weathering? What is physical weathering? What is the main agent of physical weathering? How does freeze fall operate? What is aberration? What are the main agents in aberration? What is chemical weathering? What is the main agent of chemical weathering? How does acid rain develop? How does acid rain affect rock? Which rock type is the most susceptible? Why? What is differentiated weathering? Why does it occur? Let me know in the comments. Stop and look. I like that quote. Where am I? Oh. The water cycle. I think after this, I might do like one more assignment that I'm gonna go off. I'll do that the rest tomorrow. Vocabulary of the water cycle. Put your name in. Define each of the following terms. List sources used at the end. Make sure your definitions are on topic. Evapor- evaporation, condensation, precipitation, transpiration, sublimation, the sun, runoff, infiltration, groundwater, freshwater, saltwater, seepage, interception, advection, aquifer. I think we're going this route. Didn't I do this already? Exploration questions, chemical and physical weathering. What is weathering? What is physical weathering? What is the main agent of physical weathering? How does freeze fall operate? I guess I have to repeat it again. What is aberration? What are the main agents of aberration? What is chemical weathering? What is the main agent of chemical weathering? How does acid rain develop? How does acid rain affect rock? Which rock type is the most susceptible? Why? What is differentiated weathering? Why does it occur? Is it like the different? Is it like the different one? Is that why I keep on like? Is that why I keep on clicking it? Is it like the same assignment? I can't even tell what it is though. I'm not technically sure, but hopefully, or I'm gonna do this. Video questions. Earthquakes 101. All right, all right. One more for today. Name how many major tectonic plates make up Earth's crust? Where do earthquakes tend to happen? Which can be described in this video right here. When is the destruction more violent? Where is the most violent earthquake likely to occur? What may be created if this occurs under the ocean? On average, how many people are killed by the earthquakes each year? How many detectable earthquakes are estimated to occur each year? How many earthquakes are strong enough to be felt every year? How many earthquakes can cause damage every year or each year? Can count as every year. What scale is used to measure earthquake magnitudes? How often do scientists predict earthquakes of 8 or higher will occur? All right, like I said, if you guys have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comments. I'll be available to. I'll probably be helping you tomorrow. I'll probably be asleep because I just woke up at 11 a.m. today. So, so I probably won't be. I'll probably just sit there with my phone, probably relaxing a little bit, maybe play a game. But I just need to get myself shut eye. So yeah, I'll probably be available tomorrow. So yeah, um, like I said, if you guys have any questions or concerns, let me know tomorrow. Then I can read what's going on. Even though you guys are all caught up, that's fine. I just want questions to see what guys you're stuck on. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow and have a good night. See you guys on part 54.